afternoon. Welcome to BTI on Access TV. I'm Josh Mathews. That's Gia Miller, and we are hot off the heels of one of the most amazing and wildest nights in the history of Impact Wrestling.
Yes, it was, and it all culminated in a women's match for the Ring of Honor Women's World title between Deonna Purrazzo and Roxy.
Let's get to some action, folks.
Roxy, I will even say it out here. I am with the virtuosa here. You know I'm in her corner, but Roxy, incredibly impressive. But when you get into these late stages in the matchup, that experience, that mind factor comes in, and Deonna, I'm sorry, has that in spades.
And let's be honest, if you're a Ring of Honor fan, the Ring of Honor Men's World Championship is being defended next week. Jonathan Gresham against Steve Macklin. Then this Ring of Honor 5 is running around doing God knows what here in Impact Wrestling. There is a lot of turmoil for this entire company, and I know you're feeling it.
Absolutely, as Roxy with a great counter. You know, there's a lot of question marks around the future of Ring of Honor. The future's bright no matter who comes out victorious in this match. I know. Oh, God!
Shoulder first into the steel post.
And now some question marks for Deonna Purrazzo, as she was firmly in control. And now Roxy with an opening. If she can find a way, this Roxy, from 13 years old, Tom, that's when she started training. She would travel 4 hours each way by bus to attend wrestling events, and then 2 hours each way to train. She was trained under Booker T, and by 16 years old, she was having televised wrestling bouts.
That's fine. We can talk about the history books all night long, but in this moment, it is just two people in battle, and she better take advantage of this moment, of this opening.
From the second row of the face press, and look at Roxy go.
And here's the fire from Roxy, the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion.
Oh! What a moment this would be for Roxy to walk away as a double champion.
And look at the composure to snap Purrazzo back.
Cover.
No way.
Titles and in kick out.
Oh, go for the rock lock.
Right back on top of Deonna Purrazzo.
Rock lock locked in.
Oh, wait a minute, the arm. The arm.
See, that's where it comes, the intelligence of Deonna Purrazzo to work on that arm all match long. I love it when a plan comes together.
And now Roxy's gonna have to think of another plan here because her ace in the hole, so to speak, might not be there for her.
That shoulder just giving out, and Deonna Purrazzo's game plan working to a T right now.
That's what she came into this with a plan. She continues to execute, laser focused, like I said.
Purrazzo with the knee lift, center of the ring, and responds with a side rush and leg sweep of her own. And now look at the Fujiwara bar.
Locked in.
Break it off.
The Fujiwara armbar. Wait a minute, Roxy. Roxy and a kick out.
Rock back to her feet.
It's winner takes all here in Impact Wrestling.
First kick to the midsection, could it be? Code, rock, deep planter, double champion!
Purrazzo!
Just a 2 count.
That's it. That's the wherewithal, that's the heart that beats inside the virtuosa.
Look at the pure devastation on the face of Roxy, the frustration.
Trying to forge iron in the fire right here. The finishing move that won her the championship that she wore to the ring. Maybe looking for another here. Looking for the code rock.
Thinking about it one more time. Deonna Purrazzo has a counter for the moment.
And right back to it.
Fujiwara armbar, middle of the ring.
Great counter by Roxy.
Roxy able to get out of it, but can she get in her own submission?
Rock lock locked in.
Not today, no.
Across the face. Under the nose.
No, Deonna, fight.
Pressure applied.
You've got to fight. Fight for your legacy.
And Deonna Purrazzo's trying to reach for the bottom rope.
She's holding on. She's got the strength. She's got the fortitude.
No! Roxy! Oh, counter! Yes! Yes!
Purrazzo, turn it around. Fujiwara armbar. Nowhere for Roxy to go.
Break it in half.
And Roxy is trapped. Look at the bridge. Pushing down.
Watch it.
The fulcrum, the leverage.
Can Roxy hang on?
Double wrist lock. And even tighter grip. Roxy is
nowhere to go.
It's Roxy's trying to stop the official.
She's not going to give up.
Brian Hebner was going to end this match.
You're going to have to tear the arm out of the socket of Roxy if you expect her to give up, and that's what Purrazzo might do.
And now Purrazzo going after the left arm.
She will do what she has to come home with 3 championships.
The virtuoso of Venus de Milo, Roxy submits. Deonna Purrazzo is a double champion once again.
The winner of this match, and still AAA Reina de Reinas champion, and new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Deonna Purrazzo.
A milestone moment has occurred here on Impact Wrestling. The virtuosa is champ one more time.
7 years after her first Ring of Honor bout, Deonna Purrazzo captures the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship.
Wait a minute.
No.
That's Maria Kanellis.
I do not condone or approve of this. This is the kind of behavior that needs to be snuffed out.
For once we agree, Ian, what is this all about? Wait. No, Matt!
Oh, Raywall. A Taven, Vincent,
Oh, good for him.
PCO, and Bennett.
Good for him. Good for Matt. No, come on.
A Raywall is defenseless. He's outnumbered.
This is horrible. Come on.
It is a 4-on-1 beatdown. Wait a minute, Ian, look.
And now it's good. Good, that's Willie Mack.
Red Swan.
And thank God this is uncalled for. I am not associated with those 5 men.
But still, these 5 from Ring of Honor have the numbers advantage. Swan taken out by Bennett. PCO's all over Willie Mack. Taven.
Just the tip of the knee from Matt Taven. This is disgusting. I know there's heavy hearts, I know there's heavy feelings, but you don't have to do this. April's around the corner in red rum on Willie Mack.
Rick Swan and Willie Mack just got laid out. And remember, earlier tonight, Heath, Rhino, and Eddie Edwards were also laid out backstage.
After what was a fabulous moment for Deonna Purrazzo and Roxy, these 5 from Ring of Honor have left their mark one more time and laid waste to the Impact Zone.
Rhino, Heath, Eddie Edwards, D'Lo, all taken out by this Ring of Honor contingent, and I don't know if we've seen the last of these guys showing up, taking people out, putting people on notice. Who knows what's going to happen tonight?
No, nobody knows. But the one thing that we do know is that Jonathan Gresham will be here defending his title against Steve Macklin.
Yeah, I mean, think about this for a second. I mean, Jonathan Gresham, he is the Ring of Honor World Champion. Is he a part of this group? Is he with these guys? I mean, these guys have showed up separately than we've seen from Jonathan Gresham, Pure Rules against Chris Sabin at the pay-per-view. And now everything that's happening here, it's just chaos and bedlam.
Well, all I want to think about right now is the Knockouts action here on BTI as the Digital Media Championship is on the line. JORDYNNE GRACE defends her title against Lady Frost.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We have plenty to talk about this week here on BTI on Access TV, and we'll do it right after this. Welcome back to BTI here on Access TV. Impact starts at the top of the hour. We have so much to talk about. The contingent from Ring of Honor showing up here in Impact Wrestling. They took out D'Lo. Who knows what's going to happen next with those guys? And then you have Charlie Haas showing up from out of nowhere to confront Josh Alexander. I haven't seen Charlie Haas in years. He still looks incredible, an amazing athlete, has a tremendous background, former tag team champion in WWE, and now Charlie Haas is here, and who knows what's going to happen between him and Josh Alexander.
First of all, Josh, let me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself to the Impact crowd and the audience. Because this is the first time I have ever been in an Impact ring. My name is Charlie Haas. Josh, you're a great wrestler. You are one hell of a wrestler. We have the same traits. I mean, look at the cauliflower ear, all right? People don't understand how hard we work at our craft. I mean, we have to learn every hold there is. And once we've done that, we gotta learn every counter. And once we've done that, we gotta learn every counter to every counter. Okay? I've done that, you've done that. Hell, I was a D1 All-American in college. I was part of one of the world's greatest tag teams. And I know you were part of one of the greatest tag teams in Impact. Josh, you're the standard. So let's just cut to the chase. You're the pinnacle, and I know I still have a lot left in the tank. Josh, I'm issuing you a challenge. Josh Alexander versus Charlie Haas.
Charlie, I know who you are. Everybody here knows who you are. You're one of the best amateur wrestlers, best professional wrestlers of all time. Hell, I looked up to you coming up in my own career. It would be an honor to step foot in the ring with you. But I have had obstacle after obstacle and excuse after excuse put in my way. And right now, I need that world championship first. And when I get it, you can have your match, Charlie. Charlie, if I don't get that world championship first, quite honestly, you're just going to be another obstacle I got to get out of my way.
Josh, I think you've got it twisted, you see. You'd be the obstacle in my way. Oh!
Oh, now Alexander going after Charlie Haas. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here on Impact Wrestling. Charlie Haas cold cut Josh Alexander, and now security into the ring to separate Haas and the walking weapon.
Charlie, you want this match? I ain't afraid of no fight. You got this match.
Oh my God. If Impact Management signs on the dotted line, what a collision. It would be Charlie Haas's first match ever in an Impact Wrestling ring. One more obstacle in the path, however, of Josh Alexander on his way back to the Impact World title.
Well, tonight it will be Josh Alexander versus Charlie Haas one-on-one. Josh Alexander took home a lot of awards in 2021. He'll start 2022 against an all-time great in Charlie Haas.
Also last week, Moose defended his world title against Zicky Dice, but that didn't stop a certain someone from spoiling the party.
Catch up here because this is, that looks familiar. Oh, wow, bad idea. Yeesh.
And look at Moose. Didn't even leave his feet.
Oh boy, way to go, Zicky. Oh man. Should I be embarrassed about that?
I mean, he's your guy, isn't he?
I know, he's just not listening.
But
though.
you kind of get rid of guys from the learning tree pretty often, so I mean,
this was a lesson learned. You learn from your failures, and this was a epic Zicky Dice failure.
Whoa, hold on a sec. Morrissey's been storming around the building all night looking for Moose. Well, Moose is dead center in the middle of the impact zone.
Oh boy.
Here comes Morrissey. Moose waiting for the tight Morrissey. Look at Moose. I know Morrissey's all over the Impact World Champion. Oh, and Dice.
Zicky, come on, man.
Caught the crossfire.
BSK, just get him out of here, man. I gotta talk to these guys, man. Just embarrassing.
For you. Oh, and look at what Morrissey has in his hand. Something Moose left behind as he was hightailing it out of the ring. That's what it's all
let's
about.
go, bro. Get him out of here.
Morrissey wants the Impact World title.
Don't even think about it, big man.
Oh, and VSK, enough of a distraction to help Moose reclaim his title. But this is a direct message to Moose. Oh my God. Did the learning tree just get cut down?
Big time. This is where we regroup.
Morrissey dead set on getting to the Impact World title. And Moose. Now, Moose looks like he's trying to get out of here in Dallas, Texas, but Morrissey is not going to let him. Morrissey said he's going to chase Moose for as long as it takes to get the Impact World title.
That's absolutely clear that Morrissey is not going to stop until he gets what he wants, and that is the Impact Wrestling World Championship. I said that he looks like Thor in real life. Morrissey, we see this dude walking down the hallway. You just go anywhere else. He is a dangerous individual, and his eyes and his focus are fully set on the Impact Wrestling World Championship, and that means going through Moose. What else is going to happen tonight?
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Lady Frost challenges JORDYNNE GRACE for the Digital Media Championship.
Plus, we'll look ahead at everything going down on Impact Wrestling later tonight on Access TV. Don't go anywhere. BTI continues with more right after this. Welcome back to BTI here on Access TV. Impact Wrestling starts at the top of the hour from Dallas, Texas, the factory, the site of Hard to Kill in 2022. You can pre-order the Hard to Kill DVD at shopimpact.com right now. Those will start shipping in just a couple of months, and you can own what many people are calling one of the best pay-per-views in Impact Wrestling history, and add that to your collection. You gonna order it? You don't get a discount.
That's okay. I mean, it was worth it. I'll be honest, it was worth it. I'll pay for it just to watch it again and again.
It was awesome, and Jonah was a part of Hard to Kill, and last week he was absolutely downright dominant.
Happy to oblige, Tom.
You do pull the strings around here. How about the biggest, the sidewalk cracking beast known as Jonah?
His opponent from Black Forest, South Australia, the top dog, JONAH!
This might be the last night of Raj Singh's career after what happened at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Josh Alexander making Jonah tap out, and Scott, what was an absolute war between those two.
Yeah, match of the ages there with Jonah and Josh Alexander. Meat-on-meat violence, and I think they both came out of there with a mutual respect and a respect from all corners of the wrestling globe.
Speaking of Josh Alexander, have you had any time, I know it's been a crazy night, any time to consider the challenge by Charlie Haas to go one-on-one with Josh Alexander?
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. We've got a pretty big open door policy as we see Jonah from New Japan Pro Wrestling here, and I think, hey, Charlie Haas is a great talent. He wants to step in and challenge the walking weapon. Why not?
I love it. Now Raj Singh has got to be praying to whomever, and this could be a difficult one for him considering what JONAH has shown, what he is capable of. We saw him assault Josh Alexander at Turning Point. It's all about respect. No respect shown there by Singh. Oh!
Well, I would expect more from Raj. He's the son of the great Gama Singh, a legend of legends.
Oh.
No effect at all on JONAH.
Oh, and a big clothesline.
JONAH's gonna beat some respect into Raj Singh here tonight.
Scott, I'm thrilled that you're out here. I know it's been a tough night with D'Lo Brown, and at the same time, a tough night for you trying to keep things under control with W. Morrissey and the Impact World Champion Moose. That seems chaotic.
It's always chaos around here, Tom, but I mean, it seems to be more chaotic than usual. And I don't know, some of these days I wonder why I came back to this business, but look at Raj Singh firing up on JONAH.
Thanks for the first week on the job, boss.
Yeah, welcome to the team, Pally.
Oh, no, and JONAH about to add Raj Singh to his slap schedule.
Oh, boy, this...
Oh! Raj Singh is no small man, and that's something we saw JONAH do to Josh Alexander at Hard to Kill.
Yeah, I think we're about to... Oh, that's a Raj Singh pancake. Oh, we know what happens here, Tom.
Oh, God. I've been waiting a long time to see this. Tsunami!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, JONAH!
Size, strength, power, ability, nasty attitude. Those are all things you can say about JONAH. That's what he brings to the ring. And if I were investing in athletes here in Impact Wrestling, I would be putting a lot of money in JONAH. He is dominant.
Yeah, 2022 has started off very
Happy New Year,
interesting.
by the way.
Yes, Happy New Year, Josh. Happy to start this year with you. It's been a very interesting year, and there's no telling what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be a roller coaster.
It's going to be a roller coaster here tonight on BTI with the Digital Media Championship on the line in just a little bit as Lady Frost challenges Jordynne Grace.
And when we come back, it is our social media top 5 clapback moment of the week, Iceman, Intel, and more. Don't go anywhere. BTI continues right after this on Access TV.
Welcome back to BTI here on Access TV as we get closer to the top of the hour. But now it's time for our favorite segment of the entire show. It's where we look at the social media top 5, where everybody is so nice to each other. There's butterflies and rainbows, dogs and cats living together. These are things that you like. You like to smile and be happy.
Yes, and it definitely doesn't cause me any mental anguish at all.
I like to be angry and bitter. With that said,
We're like yin and yang.
with that said, here's our social media top 5. This is what the stars of Impact Wrestling were talking about this week.
And now, the social media top 5 moments on BTI. Number 5.
Speedball Mike Bailey defeats Jake Something in his Impact Wrestling debut.
Number 4.
Jonathan Gresham agrees to a Ring of Honor title match against Steve Macklin.
Number 3.
These invaders from Ring of Honor took out D'Lo Brown. When is this gonna stop?
Number 2.
This is bound to be a big one. Charlie Haas challenges Josh Alexander.
And at number 1.
Big congratulations to Deonna Purrazzo, who is the new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion.
And from the light, and bright, and shininess of the internet to the dark web, the clapback moment of the week. You ready?
Never.
Here it is, folks. This is what the most trash-talking, smack-talk, shenanigans.
If it's not Rosemary this week, I think we might be losing our souls. So.
Let's find out right now. The clapback moment of the week. Maybe it was something I said about Ross Foreman. Who knows? Let's find out right now.
The clapback moment of the week is...
Well, our souls are safe for this week because Rosemary wins clapback moment of the week.
You know, one of the coolest things that I've seen recently in Impact Wrestling, and it's not because it's my idea, but the frost of late, she goes, and then the screen goes frosty. Make that happen in post, Kevin. When I do that, make sure it's frosty.
You know,
Frosties.
I get it. I get where we're going. Cool, Lady Frost. We're going to Iceman. We're going to the Ice Cave. Let's see what Iceman has for us this week.
Trained her well, folks. Segway masters over here. Not like segways. Segway.
Can we get those?
That'll be awesome.
Welcome to Iceman's Intel. I'm your host, George Iceman. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at I am George Iceman. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what happened last week in the Impact Zone. Former ROH superstars showed up on Impact, causing a ruckus. I gotta ask what's going on, and will they show up again tonight? Also, throwing his hat into the ring and surprising everyone, Charlie Haas shows up and challenges the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. Like a gentleman, Josh accepts, and they will go nose to nose tonight. Now, we have an open door policy at Impact Wrestling, and all are welcome. So I'm wondering, are we gonna have any more surprises in the near future? But my spidey senses starts to turn, and I start to think about conspiracies. I'm wondering, are all these superstars coming in on their own accord, or is there a possibility of someone behind closed doors plotting this whole thing? I guess we'll have to keep tuning in and watch Impact Wrestling on Access tonight.
So in perhaps the easiest segue of all time, from George Iceman to our match that features Lady Frost.
Look at that. Full circle. It was like we did it on purpose.
Full circle with the Digital Media Championship on the line. JORDYNNE GRACE versus Lady Frost right here on BTI. With that said, we send things to ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the Impact Digital Media Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger from the Ice Garden of Babington Estates, Lady Frost.
Thank you for joining us here on BTI, on Impact Plus, YouTube, and Facebook as we get ready for another edition of Impact Wrestling to begin on Access TV at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we've got a championship match here on BTI. Some of the fallout, admittedly, from the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view about 2 weeks ago, which featured these two competitors. Lady Frost really showed that she has absolutely no fear in that history-making match here in Dallas, and now looking to make history once again.
Her opponent from Austin, Texas. She is the Impact Digital Media Champion, JORDYNNE GRACE.
It was this past week across Impact Wrestling's social and digital platforms that we saw some friendly competition voiced between JORDYNNE GRACE and Lady Frost in the fallout of that first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match. And that is what has led to this. The first ever digital media champion, JORDYNNE GRACE, who also starred in Ultimate X, set to defend her title here on BTI. The Digital Media Championship is on the line. Grace defending against Lady Frost. It happens next here on BTI. And we are back here on BTI. Thank you for joining us on Impact Plus, YouTube, and or Facebook, and a show of sportsmanship here to start off this Digital Media Championship bout between Lady Frost and the champion, JORDYNNE GRACE. And quick action right out of the gate. Two conflicting styles here between Lady Frost and JORDYNNE GRACE. Grace, of course, arguably the strongest competitor on the Impact Wrestling roster. Meanwhile, Lady Frost proved at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view event that she is a high flyer, a daredevil, willing to put it all on the line. And both these competitors certainly did that in pursuit of the #1 contendership for the Knockouts World Championship opportunity. However, that did go to Tasha Steelz, who ultimately retrieved the X hanging high above the ring here in the factory some 2 weeks ago. Remember, it was JORDYNNE GRACE who defeated the likes of Chelsea Green, Crazy Steve, Falaba, John Skyler, and Madison Rayne in a tournament final intergender six-way match to become the inaugural Digital Media Champion back at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view in October of last year. Oh, and a big right hand from Grace. One thing that was so impressive from JORDYNNE GRACE was her ability to scale the cables. A lot of questions of how these competitors, first opportunity ever in the Ultimate X match, were going to navigate the very unique match. And JORDYNNE GRACE really had a bunch of opportunities to pull it out and win the opportunity, but still, this match continues. Frost looking for the championship and a kick out. I do admire the gall of Lady Frost, and something we talked about on the Hard to Kill pay-per-view is that Lady Frost immediately upon arriving here in Impact Wrestling said, I want to be in the Ultimate X match, something that she had seen obviously for a number of years, got to compete in the 45th Ultimate X match in this company's history about 2 weeks ago. Sunset flip into a cover, only had Grace for a moment. Now Grace stacks up Frost. Look at the power bomb! And JORDYNNE GRACE cannot put away her challenger. JORDYNNE GRACE hearing the support from the crowd here in Dallas, Texas, all over Lady Frost. Oh, and hard into the turnbuckle, spine first goes Lady Frost. And this is the tone that JORDYNNE GRACE has set ever since she arrived here in Impact Wrestling, is that if you step in the ring, it is going to hurt. JORDYNNE GRACE gets better, stronger, faster every single week she competes. Oh, taking her time, dissecting Frost. Here's the cover and a kick out. A much more aggressive and confident side of JORDYNNE GRACE here in this match. Lady Frost has taken a real beating, but Grace just continues the assault. Oh, Frost back up to her feet. This is why she came to Impact Wrestling, to face the best of the best, and that is what JORDYNNE GRACE is. She is a champion. Oh, knee right to the small of the back. And listen, you've got to believe that even though it's been 2 weeks since Ultimate X, some of the risks that these two athletes took in that match, they've still got to be feeling it physically, especially Lady Frost, who went all the way off one of those support beams at ringside, those steel beams around the corners. Hit the temperature drop onto a number of athletes at ringside. These two have both got to be hurting, but right now it seems like Lady Frost on the worst end of it. JORDYNNE GRACE taking her time, very proud of her Digital Media Championship, wanted to become the first ever Digital Media Champion, winner of the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match. Now just trying to prevent there from being a second Digital Media Champion in Lady Frost. And Grace battling through the pain to retain her title and a kick out. Grace, oh, right across the shoulder blade and out of the spine. Look at this attack from JORDYNNE GRACE. Remember, title can only change hands by pinfall or submission inside the ring. Does not change hands via count out or disqualification. And you gotta think, how much longer can Lady Frost absorb this type of punishment? JORDYNNE GRACE with the suplex. Into the cover once again to retain the title. Presses the shoulder down, but the right shoulder slips free. Now traps the right shoulder and forces a kick out. And this is very smart competition from JORDYNNE GRACE, but you can see the frustration coming over her face. Up on the shoulders, bending the spine of Lady Frost. That has been the target of the attack from JORDYNNE GRACE. Uh-oh. Oh, right to the jaw. coup this would be to see a championship change hands minutes before Impact Wrestling begins on Access TV this evening. Oh, look at this, the full Nelson center of the ring. Opportunity for a tap out maybe for JORDYNNE GRACE. Lady Frost now could be caught here thinking about the Grace driver. Lady Frost trying to find a way out. Frost, oh, with a kick right to the face of Grace. And Frost doing anything she can to battle back with these strikes, sending Grace into the corner. Oh, right to the midsection. And now Frost with a step-up enziguri, and down goes Grace. Fantastic opportunity for Lady Frost. Oh, into the corner. Handspring cannonball. JORDYNNE GRACE is in a bad way, and she could be seeing her digital media championship slipping through her fingers. Now Lady Frost going up to the top turnbuckle. This is where she thrives in a blockbuster. A blockbuster isn't enough to win the title. Hook to the leg of Grace and a kick out. Lady Frost moments away from winning the Digital Media Championship. Hold on now, JORDYNNE GRACE trying to surprise Frost, nearly did, and a kick out. Oh, and a huge spinning back fist by Grace. Now just clobbers Frost, cover and a kick out. But Grace with a massive clothesline, cover, and another kick out. And Grace is starting to get ticked off. And now JORDYNNE GRACE says it's over. Grace driver stacks up Lady Frost and retains the title.
Here is your winner and still Impact Digital Media Champion, JORDYNNE GRACE.
JORDYNNE GRACE, she just flipped a switch, turned into an absolute bulldozer, and hands Lady Frost her first ever singles loss here in Impact Wrestling. Let's take you back here to the final moments of this matchup. Like I said, JORDYNNE GRACE, she just flipped the switch in her head, decided this match is over, and bam, the Grace driver helps JORDYNNE GRACE retain her Digital Media Championship. We're just getting started tonight. Head to Access TV for Impact Wrestling. What the? Matt Cardona has said recently on Impact Wrestling that Matt Cardona, of course, competing for the Impact World title at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view event. You can see he's still wearing the wounds of war. He said recently on Impact Wrestling TV that he's focused on championships. He says he has a plan. Oh, yes! Matt Cardona might be battered and bruised after Hard to Kill, but he appears to have his eyes on the Digital Media Champion, JORDYNNE GRACE. This is going to be a great night of action. Join us on Access TV for Impact Wrestling.
So now you've got Matt Cardona getting in the mix. He obviously would love to be Digital Media Champion. I don't think there's anybody better that would be representing the digital media world than Matt Cardona. He's Mr. Digital Media.
I mean, there's a lot of people on our roster we could say that about. Everyone is very vocal on social media, digital media.
Tasha Steeles never stops talking on social media.
That's for sure.
Mute her.
No, I wouldn't say that. I enjoy all of her content, but there is no telling who's going to get into the Digital Media Championship mix.
We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for the start of Impact Wrestling here on Access TV. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, I'm looking forward to Josh Alexander versus Charlie Haas.
Oh, Charlie Haas. I've known Charlie for a long time. You talk about somebody with an amazing amateur background, in wrestling. This dude can do it all, and against the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, this is going to be a banger, folks. It happens tonight. Impact Wrestling starts now on Access TV.